Hey guys, I want to talk about why grief is so exhausting, and why a miscarriage is so exhausting. I'm sure you have experienced this exhaustion if you have been through a miscarriage or pregnancy loss, and you may be wondering why you're always so drained or so tired. And I think there are quite a few things that go into it. First, is obviously the crying is pretty draining. Crying, obviously, as I've spoken about before, is very good for you. It's very good to get those stress hormones out. When we cry, stress hormones are released through our body, through our tears, and so it's good to get that stress out. So it is good to cry. However, I think we all know, after we cry for a while, we're usually pretty tired afterwards and might need a nap, might just go to sleep. So that's one reason why you're probably exhausted. Another important thing to take into consideration is your hormones. And I think a lot of us forget about this after a miscarriage, is that our hormones are way out of whack. Our hormones are fluctuating, and when we got pregnant, we had a huge surge of hormones. And then when we lost the baby, our hormones are changing again. And that is really hard for our body, really hard on our body, and can be very, very draining. But one of the most important reasons as to why we're tired is our brain is literally trying to rewire itself. And this is true with all types of grief. But when it comes to a miscarriage, so if you can imagine, you became pregnant, you got the positive pregnancy test, your brain started to change and started to think of a life with a baby, and started to imagine all of these dreams, all of how your life was going to be for the rest of your life. And so you started rewiring your brain. There was neuroplasticity going on. And so everything started to change in your brain, right? And then either you're told that there's no heartbeat, or you start bleeding, but something changes where you have a pregnancy loss, you have a miscarriage, and now your brain has to rewire itself again. And that is physically exhausting. It takes time. There is a little bit of science out there. There's some research showing that it takes at least 17 days for our brain to kind of reshape itself. And it takes time and a lot of energy for our brain to now change itself to a new reality. And so there's a lot of rewiring going on again, which is why you're so exhausted. It's exhausting for our brains and our bodies to have to go through that. So it's not just that you're sad. It's not just that you are going through a physical loss, which also is exhausting and tiring, and the physical pain is exhausting. You're actually going through a change in your brain. So I want you to keep that in mind and give yourself a lot of space and a lot of grace when you are going through a loss. Try not to push yourself too much. Let yourself rest. Let yourself go through the emotions. Part of a way that you can help with that rewiring is try some journaling. Try some quiet time. Turn off the TV, turn off the phone, meditate, pray, journal. Something that's going to help your brain relax, because it's doing a lot. There's a lot of rewiring going on, and you need to kind of help that out a little bit. Just have some time, some moments of space and quietness where you can give yourself that chance to adjust to the new reality. Do your best to not ignore it, and not sweep it under the rug, because you do need to look at it, face it, and let your body kind of adjust to this. So those are the reasons why you're probably feeling exhausted. And if you need, like I said before, if you need a safe place to go to talk about these things, a community where women are going to support you through this, please go ahead and download the Miscarriage Warrior app. You can find it on any app store. It's totally free. And I'm usually on there giving a lot of feedback and more tools that you can use to help you through the pregnancy loss. All right, loves. I'll talk to you later.